So I was having a chat with one of my friends recently, a very good friend of mine. Um, we have not really been talking for some time now, because of some incident or an incident that happened between me and him a few years ago. And you know, it was through this my friend that I realized that people at some point in their life will just have to do what they have to do to get out of a particular situation. It doesn't matter what, who has to be offended. It doesn't matter who, they have to hurt at that point. They just have to do what they have to do at that point. And if they don't do it, a lot of things will go bad. So it doesn't mean that these people are bad people. It doesn't mean that these people are evil. It doesn't mean that these people are actually, that is their character. In fact, sometimes this is not actually their character. They just have to, take advantage of some opportunities and then just make that move that they would live, their life and be proud of themselves that, oh, I had to just do it and I did it. It doesn't matter what any other person think. Now, I am not supporting that. I'm not saying, oh, you have to do what you have to do, even if you have to steal, if you have to rob the bank, if you have to cheat or whatever to get what you want. That's not what I'm saying. But there are some situations you find yourself at some point in life that you just have to do what you have to do to get out of that situation. Now, let me give you guys a background story. I am able to say this now because myself and my friend, as we are cool now, we are very, very good. In fact, I spoke to him a few weeks ago with the wife, and we are absolutely fine. So I am not bringing this out there to call anybody out. I'm just bringing it out there so that people will understand some situation that people have to go through to be able to survive or get to where they are tomorrow. And like I was telling that my friend, I said, look, we all have a story to tell, but we can't actually go out there now to talk about that story because we have not gotten to where we are going yet. So bringing up that story now, if you have to, tell people your story, they want to ask you how far. You don't make them now. So if you never really make them, so there's some story you can't really tell. Now, I have a group of friends that will come together, will just, pay money and give it to one person. The person will go and do whatever they want to do with it. The next month we come again together, we pay and give to the other person. So we came together, 5 of us, and did contribution, £1,000. So we gave to my friend. And my friend was in a very, very difficult situation at that point. In fact, he wanted to pay his school fees. So the only way to help him was because I didn't have money to borrow him. So I said, okay, came together, brought my friends together. In fact, I've done this for a lot of my friends. A lot of my friends. I don't have to tell people about it, but this is what I've done for a lot of my friends. I came together, call a few friends, gather money, as in, more like contribution. So we contributed, gave to this guy. And we didn't hear from him again. We couldn't reach him. Personally, I couldn't reach him because I was the one that brought him to the group. Every other person in that group didn't know him. It was just me who knew him. So I couldn't reach him. I couldn't, it was a whole lot of drama. But cut long story short, the guy has to do what he has to do. He has to spend the money to get his family here. You just have to put a lot of things in order for the sake of his family. I felt hurt. I felt bad because, in fact, one of my very good friends, a very close friend of mine, we don't talk today because of that situation. That guy thought, oh, you brought in this person, So what happened was that because we gave the money to that guy, we paid every other person. Now, when we were paying every other person, that guy was not paying them. Now, I was the last person to collect the money. It was my turn to collect money, and nobody paid me. And the reason was because the person you brought did not pay us, so you're on your own. So, you know, I couldn't reach my friend. I didn't see my money. It was a whole lot. It was a whole lot. But we are in a very good place right now, and I can comfortably talk about it. In fact, we talk about it now, we'll laugh about it. You understand? But as at that time, it was tough for me because I have plans for my money as well. You know, imagine having up to about 5 people come together, at least £4,000. You know how much it is in Nigeria. You know what that can do for you. So I felt like, no, this is not nice. You know, but I could only discuss with a few friends, one of my very close friends, maybe, you know, and some of them knew him, and they know this guy is not like this. This guy is not a bad person. Maybe it's a situation, and I understood. So I just left it until, you know, he reached out to me, you know, little by little. He told me, "Don't worry, I'm going to pay little by little," you know. And we are in a very good, we are back to how we are, you know, now. But this was something that somebody had to do for his family. So tomorrow you don't go out there and think, oh, somebody, you know, took advantage of, you know, opportunity. You're trying to help somebody and they took advantage of it, or maybe, you know, you think these people are bad people. They are probably not bad people. They are probably just going through something that they don't know what to do at that point, and this is the only hope they have. This is the only opportunity they have. In fact, if they come out, when the guy told me the story, the background story of what really happened, because when he first time he told me about the whole thing, I advised him. I said, don't do this. Do it this way. Do it this way. But if he had given me details of what he wanted to do, I would have given him that money. You know, he didn't have to. So I'm just trying to say, what I'm trying to say in essence is that sometimes we don't judge people based on their action. The situation that Nigeria has put us, the situation where we are coming from put us, we just have to do what we have to do to survive sometimes. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm not encouraging, fraud. I'm not encouraging, stealing anything. No, 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 no. In fact, I detest fraud. When I see people doing it, I don't like it. But if you have to do what you have to do to survive, bro, just make sure you're not hurting anybody. That's all I have to say. Thank you.